So I got this question this week. How would you go about building a football trading strategy for the lay the draw? How complex and what would you include? Okay, so what I'm going to do with this video is I'm just going to break down how I would go about building a really, really simple lay the draw strategy. Okay, now my name is Ryan Crothers, if you don't know who I am, from the Betfair Trading Community.com, and we've helped traders for over 10 years with our stats software. We help traders find the best trading games for that day with this software. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to work through it now. So the first thing that I would do is I'd just start really, really simple. Now, this isn't me giving you a strategy. This is just showing you how I would go about doing that. Okay. And I'm going to explain my thinking and my thought process here so that you've got lots of ideas for how to build your own strategy. So the first thing that I think about is we need a hypothesis. We need an idea. Now, in this idea, we're going, right, we're going to lay the draw. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Cool, I'm going to lay the draw. So what I like to do, and when I laid the draw a lot, was I liked the home favorites, the favorite to be the home team. So I'm just going to search for that now, Betfair odds, and I'm going to go for the home team. And I'm just using the BTC stats. What this allows me to do is search for lots and lots of things quite quickly, and you can actually save these as well, so then every single day you can get your selections. So all I'm doing here is I've just put in that I want to search for the next 5 days every home team on Betfair that has an odds of below 2, and I want the draw price on Betfair to lay, I want that to be between 4 and I'm going to go for 4.5. Okay, right. Now that's what I'm going to do, just really, really simple. Okay, now this is how I would go about building this filter. I'm just going to click apply. It's going to give me the game that is around today, which is just this one game. Okay, now like as we come into the season, there's going to be lots and lots of more games. What I'm going to do here now is just start to have a look through some of the stats that I like the look of and I start to see with this, and then I'm going to add maybe 1 or 2 to my filter, and then that is going to be my strategy. Okay, and the beautiful thing with this is building it this way is unique to you. That's one of the things that I want to do with this Betfair Trading Community. I don't want to just give you strategies. We don't do that. So don't take this as a strategy. What I'm doing and what I'm saying to you is use this as a basis to build your own strategy. Find stats that you like, 2 or 3 key stats that really, really look out for you. So start with one stat, one piece of information that helps you narrow in on the market. So the first thing that I can see here is I'm just going to check the halftime scores. Now I can see the head-to-head, right, historically between these two teams, 67% of the games have been 0-0 at halftime. Okay, now that's a stat that straight away goes, oh, hang on a minute. That's actually quite interesting to me. So then what I want to do is I want to check the full-time score, and I can see that historically 17% of the games have finished 0-0. So I've got 67% historical 0-0 halftime and a 17% 0-0 full time. That's a big drop. Okay, now that looks pretty interesting to me, and that makes me go, hang on a minute, maybe this isn't a lay the draw from the start of the match, maybe this is a lay the draw at half time. So then what I want to do is go, hang on a minute, okay, so I'm liking the look of that. That looks pretty good to me. So the next thing that my brain is going is, okay, well, if I'm going to do that, I need to back up that assumption. So I'm just taking this hypothesis now. I took a couple of stats that narrowed in to give me what I wanted to look for. So I looked for home favorites, so they're under 2.0 at home, and the odds on the draw to be within that 4.5 range. Then what I did was just start to look through some of the stats. This 67% screamed out to me, and I go, okay, cool.
If you are enjoying this video, we have a free gift for you, absolutely free. All you need to do in the comments is say the word Super Trader, and we will send that over to you, and that will help you with your Betfair trading training. Okay, guys, back to the video.
So my hypothesis now is I'm going to look for teams that have a high historical 0-0 at half time and a low historical 0-0 at full time. That's my hypothesis. So now I need goals. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the overs and unders, and I'm going to start to look through this data here. Okay, so I'm now seeing we have full time, half one and half two. 85% here over the, I've got this set to the last 10 matches. So this is combined between the home and the away team. 85% historically have had a goal in the second half. So that's quite nice for me. Like, that's a high stat. I'm going to double check that against the head to head. 83%. Okay. Then I can check the home and away, so I can see which teams are, scoring. Is it the home team scoring? Yes, home team scoring. And then we've got the away. Okay, so nice. I'm starting to see that. I'm just going to check the goal times here as well. Start to just see, when the goals are. Just have a look at this. So I can see here in the head-to-head as well, 89% of the goals historically come in the T1. So that's team one scoring them. This is the home team, which is what I want in the second half. Fantastic. Last stat I'm just going to check is the scored versus conceded. Now, I really, really like to check this one. I like first to score. I like to see that the favourite is going to score first, and then I want to match that up against the away team. So here I can see that historically the home team is scoring first 60% of the games in which they play, and the away team's conceding 60%. So this looks pretty good. So what I would do then is I'm just going to click back on here, and I'm just going to add a couple of additional stats to this. So I'm going to go overall, head-to-head overall, the percentage, and I want half-time 0-0. Okay. Now I'm just going to go with a greater than equal to 50%. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so this is the other thing that I'm going to give you, and nobody else is going to talk about this. And this, if you only take one thing away from this video, make it be this, okay? Make it be this. This is building out a halftime lay the draw strategy idea. But what most people will now do is only focus on that. What I am telling you to do is track other information around that. So track the time of the first goal, the second goal, the third goal. Okay, just think about what else you could track. Which team scores? Do they go on to score again? The score at halftime, the score at full time? Because what I want you to get into the habit of doing is collecting this data. So we've got this one idea for this strategy, but this might mold completely. We're looking at this as a halftime lay the draw. But this actually might, looking at your data, you might be picking games where there's a very, very high percentage chance of an over 1.5 goals. And you might also see, for example, that those goals come after 35 minutes, which if this fails then as a halftime lay the draw strategy, or maybe it works, but it doesn't make a great return on investment, you could then see that, hang on a minute, the strike rate is higher on the over 1.5 goals. And maybe I should be tracking that. So then you haven't wasted all of this data. So I'm just looking at this, the halftime over halftime head to head, sorry, overall halftime 0-0, greater than 50%. And I'm also going to go for, I'm going to look at, I want overall, I want the percentage, and I'm going to go, I want H2 over 0.5. Right? I want that to be quite high. I'm going to say like greater than equal to 70%. Okay, I'm just going to add that. All I do now is I just click, I'd go, now how I like to save my filters, I like to put my name, and then I like to put that there, and then I'm going to go halftime, lay the draw. Okay, and then I'm going to put another line, and I'm going to put August 24 version 1.0. Okay, so this is my first version of this. And then I'm going to add some notes about it. So just my ideas. Then I'm going to click save. Okay, now when I click save, it doesn't bring me any games in for today. Okay, cool. Not a problem. So I'm just going to keep checking that every single day. So all I would then do is log into my saved filters. I'd click this and I'd find that game there, that one, and I'd click it and I'd be able to see all of those games that met that criteria. So this isn't giving you a strategy. This is showing you how I would go about building a potential lay the draw strategy. I got this idea from somebody who asked a question about it and said, how could I build a really simple lay the draw strategy? This is my process. I'm going to do more videos like this showing you the process in which I would go through to build a strategy. And my hope is that in the comments, you engage with me, because I'm really engaging and I do reply to all the comments. So it'd be great to have some discussions about, what stats you like, or if you've got a question about, oh, hang on a minute, Ryan, I don't like that stat, I like this stat, or I don't like, maybe you like to trade the 1.5 goals or something else like that. And then we can do more and more videos like this, and we can get some real collective knowledge going, talking about how we use stats to find the best trades. So let me know in the comments below what your main takeaway from this was and how this is going to help you build out your own strategies.